Hello, Dreamcraft. This is your current admin, Callisto. I plan on making periodic videos like this to just keep you guys apprised as to what's going on the server. As many of you may or may not know, this is the fourth generation of Dreamcraft, or the fourth generated map of Dreamcraft. Hey, there's someone way in the distance over there. Wonder what they're doing. This time around, we decided to try to include a little more infrastructure so we have a little more order going on. Part of the issues that we ran into with the old map is that the map was really, really big, and that map was filled with a lot of abandoned structures and buildings and projects. And so now it's not that we want to make people's lives more difficult, but we want to make sure that you really want to do what it is that you're doing. And so we're going to have a couple of rules and policies in place that should make it a little more worthwhile and interesting experience for everyone, I think, and less of an administrative nightmare. The What a lot of people ask about right off the bat is all this redstone wiring and stuff. What is it for, right? So these are the plot layouts for the spawn city of Ephemera. So all this emptiness that you see here will slowly be transformed into a true spawn point city, with that little mountain thing right there being the location for the Tower of Ephemera. There's going to be a contest surrounding the creation of that tower, which I'll go ahead and post on the forums here in the next couple days, with actual prizes, like good prizes. Like we're gonna give people, games and things like that. Not like cheesy travel games, but if you have a friend that you've been wanting to get into Dreamcraft, for example, then we'll have a Dreamcraft license or a Minecraft license up for you, so you can get them into the game and they can play with you. Things like that. So we'll make it worthwhile. We're also going to do t-shirts, which I think will be really cool. But more about those types of things later. So, ooh, I hear a zombie. I don't want to fight a zombie. Not yet, at least. I'll explore that later. Let's mark that. So, when I say we, I'm talking like the royal we, like myself and the other staff here, have a lot of really cool things planned for Dreamcraft 4. We want to add economy so we can get a really solid economy going on the server. Make kind of a central bank environment so that there's a standard to how much things cost, and also to get past some loopholes where someone, for example, could mine a metric fuck ton of sand or cobblestone and exchange it for diamonds. That's not going to work. So we want to avoid things like that. So that should be really fun. I don't plan on bringing back Runecraft, at least not in the way that you guys expect it. But I do want to bring something called magic spells. What's up? And so what we'll do is seriously, what we'll do is have spells out and about in the world that you can find and use to your benefit. So things that you would have liked from Runecraft, like Power Pick mostly is what people really love. You'll be able to find limited usages of that spell out in the world, and other things, like teleport and crazy stuff like that. So look forward to that kind of thing. Also, the inclusion of adventures, story-driven adventures. Now, one of the things that some of you might be thinking right off the top of your head is Dreamcraft turning into an RP server? And I can assure you that it is not by any stretch of the imagination. Dreamcraft is not, nor as long as I run things here, will never be an RP server. That's for different servers. But also, don't kid yourself, Dreamcraft is not a vanilla server, nor has it ever been a vanilla server. Vanilla is without plugins, just like your survival multiplayer game. Oh shit. Whoa, something's shooting at me. Where is it at? Where are you at, you little bastard? There you are. Look at that. I got a sword. Own your face. Own your face. Ah, die. Am I lagging? Suck it. That's how you. Ooh, look at that. That's how you own a skeleton. Show him who's boss. Anyway, so yeah. Though we're not a vanilla server, what we are and what we always will be, what I consider to be one of our prime directives, is that we are a do-it-yourself server. No kits, nothing generated. There are isolated, very isolated examples of such, and that kind of stuff is for bare bones infrastructure. And actually, none of that's going to really be used in ephemera at all. But one of the exceptions to that rule, which I think people might be happy with, is that in the shops system we will have, and also in contests and in some of the story-driven quests and stuff that we're going to make available, some of the rewards will be items that you can't normally get because of the limitations that Notch has in place. For example, Lightstone, which has been now called Glowstone, and Netherrack, which is also known as Netherstone, and Soul Sand, which is the kind of quick sandy type stuff that makes you slow down when you walk over it. So the logic behind that is that technically the Nether exists. You just can't go to the Nether on a survival multiplayer map. You can make a survival multiplayer map all Nether if you want, but you can't physically go there. But technically the Nether is a part of the game. So our thought behind that is we could either A, create another oh Jesus, I do not want to deal with this. We could create another map. Ah, die, motherfucker! Ah, for Allah! Look at that. Took that bitch out. So we could create another server that has access to the Nether, and you go through a portal and get there. But that's going to be a lot of overhead and extra resources, and then you guys will complain about lag, and it just won't really help anybody. Man, where the hell are these creepers coming from? Is that where I came from? That's one of the other things about this. I'm getting lost. Oh, that's where I came from. Okay. Let me kill your brother. No. There's another one back there too. It's like a little creeper family. Ah. Okay, cool. I survived that. Alright, I want to block this off for now until I'm ready to, risk my life for whatever's over there. There we go. Cool. That should stop the evildoers. Screw it. I'll just block that off. Cool. So, yeah. So the logic behind that is that it's part of the game anyway. So we're going to make those types of things available in the store. They're probably going to be exorbitantly expensive, but you'll be able to get access to them. And also in contests and adventures and cool stuff like that we'd like to do. Players, did I already go down there? I don't remember coming over here. Oh, maybe Herobrine left that. We'll also have that kind of stuff available for you. Other cool things that I want to mention in this video, because it's already getting pretty long and you guys are just watching me play Minecraft here. Let's see. We have cool security stuff, as you already know. We have chest protection. That's already super popular. Other things that are coming in the future that we're trying to implement are chat channels. I'm sure everyone would love that, so your chat's not getting flooded with superfluous crap from people that you really don't want to hear about. So that should be good. Also, to add a little more structure as well, I'd like to, talk about adding a trader role, a merchant role. But it's not something that you would just be granted, it's actually a license that you would have to purchase, and you would pay regular tithings in order to be a merchant. Again, another way is so we don't have crazy, let's see, not yet sir, but we will soon. So what I say that because one of the other issues we ran into is that people would make stores and then not run them. And so then we'd have a bunch of stores all over the server that serve absolutely no purpose. So I figure if you're a merchant and you have to pay to be a merchant, then odds are you're going to pay a little more attention to your store. At least that's the thought process. We'll see whether or not that bears fruit when we actually try to implement it. We're also going to have, a large centralized subway system that people will be able to access when we will get iChat. Yep, we will. So we'll have large subway systems, so that'll take you to the farthest reaches of the map, going north, south, east, and west. And we'll also have offshoots of that that'll take you to the major capital cities. And speaking of which, cities. So right now, cities are pretty much free game, fair game. You want to make a city, you make a city. But your cities are going to be what are called like wild cities. So they won't have any keyboard protection. We won't help with any kind of griefing or anything like that. Yep, I know. Sure, that's going to bother people. But the motivation behind this is, you have the mayor for the city. The mayor would need to have X number of signatures on their petition for a city, and they would need to pay for the size of the city, the plot size that they want. By doing so, I think that would also help to avoid the ghost cities that tend to pop up. So it makes a big city, people come in, people leave, and then it gets abandoned and takes up server resources, and no one wants it to take up server resources, right? Because the more server resources are taken up, the more stuff lags, and you don't want lag. So there you go. I'm going to go ahead and end this here, but hopefully you guys found it informative. If you do, then I'll make others in the future and keep you apprised as to what's going on. Thanks and have a great day. And feel free to reply to the post if there's other general questions that you'd like me to answer in future videos.